What's up everybody, Black Dragon Rider here, how you guys doing? Today we are going to do a guide on how to survive on lethal. I made a mistake on one of my survivors and they died and I was unprepared for lethal. So I thought maybe to do this video help you guys survive on lethal for your first time. So anyway, let's get this video started. If you guys are playing the game on easy and normal and you want to jump into lethal, I can actually tell you right now that it is a really difficult thing to play the game on lethal. If you want to survive on lethal, then you need a really good survivor. So you have to pick the right survivor for that playthrough if you want to have a fighting chance in the hard mode difficulty. And as you guys can see in this playthrough, this is not a joke. You will be getting hordes of enemies coming at you left, right and center. So you need the best survivor to handle in this situation. Alright guys, these are the survivors that going to make it easy for you to play on lethal difficulty. The most important things is their stats, capabilities of handling the most difficult situation. You need the best survivors for this job if you want to survive, and also your community, because you will be relying on your survivors' skills and how they will continue on in the game. I want you guys to take a look at my survivors' stats. This is actually very important for you guys when you need to survive, and look at the benefits that you think that he or she, if they are going to help your community. Now if you just look at Kaepernick's stats, do you realize that he has power, hero and also war fighting? And if you look at the bottom, he has demolition. You need to say to yourself, is he right for your community? If your community need to survive, then you need him to be in your community if you are trying to fight the plague hearts. He's also is good at fighting at close range. So every time that a Z actually coming up to me close, I can easily take him out with no problem whatsoever. And if you can see in the gameplay, he's just taking him out as ease, and that's what you want. It doesn't have to be Red Talos. You can always find a normal citizen who has this same trait as my guy right here. The most important thing when you're ready to play lethal is stock up for ammo when you want to play on lethal. I know there are loads of people out there who just jump on lethal when they finally get used of the gameplay and the mechanics, and they go into lethal and they realize that it's just overwhelming and they're struggling in the game. What I'm doing right now is that I'm actually stocking up on ammo to bring my survivors from whatever mode that I'm actually playing and transfer it onto lethal. This is actually very important because you will not be struggling looking around for ammo and looking for other things in the game. So whatever that you guys have in your supply locker, grab whatever you can, put it in your backpack, and when you're ready to decide to complete the mode that you are in, and get ready to go on to lethal. And don't forget guys, to repair your guns and your melee weapons. My biggest regret when I went on lethal is that I did not repair my weapons. This is actually the biggest mistake that probably some people actually do when they want to jump on lethal, when they have finally get use of the game. Always repair your weapons, your range and your melee weapons, because this will save you hunting around for materials when you have so many things such as going on into the game. also make sure to repair all the weapons that you are carrying for that particular survivor. Don't forget guys that you can actually take resource with you from each character: sack of food, medicine, ammo, materials and fuel, to help you to make it easy for you when you go on to lethal. The most important thing that I actually forgot to mention right now in this video is silencers. Make sure that your guns have silencers. If your guns do not have silencers, you'll be bringing in more Zeds like it's a zombie pride, and you do not want that whatsoever. So what you can do is make sure to get silencers. Now, if you don't have silencers in your old community that you have right now that's actually existing, I suggest that you start creating really good silencers for your weapon, so you can actually take it in to the new difficulty when you want to play it. Because trust me on this guys, you do not want to have a gun without a silencer, because once you do, you'll be getting not just normal zombies, plague zombies, you probably get Theros, and the worst and the big bad of the bunch is the Juggernauts. You don't want that. And don't forget the Screamers and the Bloaters. So if you want all of them to come at you, man, by the time you finish up on all those zombies, I'm pretty sure that the only thing that will be standing and you'll be having really difficult with is the Juggernauts. So you started your new community on lethal. What should you do? The first thing you should do is make sure that you have enough influence to take over outposts. You need outposts in the game. Without outposts, you're going to struggle. The first thing you need to do is try to get yourself a gun store to take over so you can have ammo per day. Resources, take over warehouses that give you resources for your community. Don't forget medicine as well. That is the most important thing. Fuel, and etc. At the beginning of the game, you're only allowed to have 3 outposts until you upgrade the command center. So if you don't have anything to upgrade it with, then you're pretty much in a bit of a hard place. Another important thing in the game is your morale in your community. You need to try and keep your morale up. Now, if you do not do this, then it's going to get to the point where one of your survivors will decide to leave because they think that it's not worth staying, because surviving in the community will be very hard. So you have to try your best to take over certain outposts if you can, to keep their morale up. Or if you have something with that community that could boost up their morale, install it in whatever facility they're in to keep their morale up. There will be time, guys, where you have to make sacrifice, and I'm not talking about sacrificing your own survivors just so that you don't get the blood plague, but there'll be times when you have to make sacrifice by taking down some construction from your facility. And it's not just your facility, but also the outpost as well. If you need a survivor from your legacy pool and you don't have enough influence, but you had enough influence if you get rid of some few outposts, there'll be some times where you have to make sacrifices. But you have to be very careful what sacrifice it is and how long it's going to take you to get back that facility. And trust me guys, it's not really easy to make certain sacrifices, but if you need somebody really desperately to do the job for you, and you need somebody from your legacy pool that has the weapons or the resources and they have it, there'll be times where you have to make that sacrifice to get them into your community. I have done this plenty of times, and let me tell you something, it's not really cool. But when you finally have those people in your community, things will start to get even easier and get a bit better. The dangerous thing about lethal is infestation. If you have an infestation that is popping up on the map, you need to go and deal with it as soon as possible. When update 33 comes out, you need to sort it out as soon as possible. And if you don't, your community will get overrun. And I cannot wait for this update, and I know for 100% fact that this update is gonna be a challenging run. So, like I said, guys, infestation, you need to keep it under control. And if you do not keep it under control, that your community will be overrun. The easiest way to take out infestation, that if you have Molotov or fire, anything that you can actually go in and take out the infestation, this is actually the most important thing for your community. So do yourself a favor and save yourself the headache. Go out and take out this infestation before it reaches up to level 3. If it ever reached to level 3 in infestation, and especially in update 33, you're gonna have a bit of a hard time, because you have to remember that you'll be getting juggernauts, you'll be getting pharaohs, and you don't want it to increase up even further. So yes, you want to get rid of that as soon as possible. This is going to be the one last final thing that I'm going to have to tell you, is vehicles. Vehicles is actually the most important, and the reason why is that you can actually store loads of goods in the vehicles. And it's always best to find the best vehicle to hoard up as much resources as you can. It's always best to find, like, ambulance, for example. The ambulance vehicle, you can hold up as loads of goods in the back of the ambulance, or any other vehicle that can hold up loads of resources. This way, that when you do find a vehicle that has loads of storage space, you just want to get that and take it back to your base. If you have a friend as well and you found a vehicle, ask him to jump into your game so you can get that vehicle. The more spaces in the vehicle, the more goods that you can actually put in there. So when it's be time that you need to put some resources into your community, at least that you don't have to go out there and hunt for those. You already got that in your vehicle, ready to be put it into your stock. And all I can turn around to you guys is be a vehicle hoarder. Go find vehicles in the world and take them back to your base. And I can turn around and say is you do not want to go on foot on lethal. Then this is the bad decision ever if you're going to do this. It's always best if you have a friend, ask him to help you out so you can get this vehicle and take it to your base. Another thing as well, guys, that I actually totally forgot is repairing your vehicles. It is very important to keep your vehicles maintained. Now, I don't have to keep on saying to you guys, just repair your vehicle each time you get damaged, but if it ever gets to a point where your vehicles is coming out with black smoke, that's when you need to repair your vehicles. Or if it gets close to that, you need to make sure to repair it. And if you don't, then you're going to lose that vehicle. But you have to remember as well that the vehicle can actually store your goods. So you really want to make sure that you have really good healthy vehicles when you're driving about. Sure, you can upgrade it to reduce the damage and make it armored, but a badly damaged vehicle is not really good. if you make wrong move, for example, of going cross country, and you accidentally hit a couple of zombies or a horde, and it gets to the point where it's coming out with black smoke, it's not really good, and you have to drive very carefully. So be cautious when you go in cross country, and also keep your vehicle maintained. So I think that is pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe. I actually put tons of hours of editing into this video for you guys to survive. Now, if anybody who are experienced playing this game on lethal, please tell me if I didn't mention anything and put it down in the comments below and help your fellow survivors. My name is Black Dragon Rider, or Black Dragon Rider Gamer, either way, which one you want to call me. And I will speak to you soon, my fellow survivors, and have a nice day.